segued perfectly into this one in terms of aspirations, and have kind of stated this a lot at the beginning, but like we're in year 4 of Collaboratory. And so like this is not stuff that we were necessarily thinking about in year 1. It was just like, how do we get activities into Collaboratory as we're doing our tour across so that people see it as a place where they could put information? And now we're really, really thinking about how do we leverage that data. And so in January, we have our new Vice Provost for Inclusive Excellence coming. Catalina, do you want to talk a little bit about, I guess, how we could leverage Collaboratory slash, again, intentionality and the connections and the relationship building, and then zooming out for someone who might be new to the institution?
So we continue the work between the two of us, and then amplifying the work that everybody else is doing as she is brought in, obviously with a lot of expertise and knowledge. The institutional knowledge comes from the sharing that you, Christina, and I will do to inform her and educate her on how these connections are, because it may be obvious to us, but it may not necessarily be obvious to her, and currently to maybe other leaders within the university. And so the more aware that we make it to her, the more she'll be able to bring it into conversations in other spaces. So that's the connection that I see. It will take probably a little longer than if we had already been working with a VP that had been in place. But I think it's worth the investment. And I think that, like you said at the beginning, it's a tipping point where with her in place, her voice and the connection between the collaborative and the embeddedness team will be even more impactful and powerful.
And then want to make sure that we get to Q&A. And so I'll quickly go over the next 3 bullet points. Carnegie elective classification for leadership and public purpose. We're turning that in on Friday, and been able to leverage Collaboratory as raw data related to our work for inclusive excellence, with inclusive excellence / about DEIB within our application, which I'm really excited about. And then the last section within both the leadership one and the community engagement ones are reflections about kind of where we want to go next, which is nice because then we can write Collaboratory into those sections as ways to go into the last bullet point, but serving as a transparent source of information, demonstrating that we are aligning with our strategic plans or the LIFT initiative, and our designations, our design aspirations, and alignment to the charter.